tracking you down.
What's going on, everyone? It's Mike. It's John back again, and Everton again. That's 3 home defeats this season for Everton Football Club. 1 against Manchester United, 1 against Leeds, and 1 against West Ham today. And every single time, it's for Everton to either go second or top of the league. How can anyone say otherwise that Everton are not fucking bottle jobs? Let's go into the starting lineup, John. Keane's out, Coleman in. Why?
Well, I've said this, Michael. I don't get why you change a winning team, especially I don't get why you change a back line that has done so well over the past couple of weeks. Because as I said in the live watch along, Michael, when you start messing with your back line, it rubs off onto the rest of the players. You know, that team over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks has had an understanding. And then today he drops the bombshell by putting Michael Keane on the bench and bringing Seamus Coleman straight back in. Yeah, listen, this isn't a proper Seamus Coleman. He's been an absolutely great servant for Everton Football Club. Since the leg break, he hasn't been the same player. When you've got players like Declan Rice, Jared Bowen, Sebastian Haller in a West Ham team, you cannot play Seamus Coleman. He done it today. Look what's happened. As you quite rightly said, Michael, you know, we've drawn with Burnley, we've drawn with Fulham, West Ham have beat us. This was our chance to go second today. No teams near the top of that league have been consistent. Liverpool have took 2 points out the last 6. Tottenham are hot and cold. Chelsea are hot and cold. Arsenal are struggling. There's only Man United who are the informed team, Michael. They win tonight. They can go, you know,
yeah.
Right,
and there's a lot of people in there saying, you know, it's about rotation. And look, I would understand that if the players that are coming in are good enough to play for Everton Football Club. But the facts are, unfortunately, they are not. The 2 times that Coleman has played this season, in the last 6 games, Everton have lost. There's no getting around that. You know, the ball.
I understand rotation. I do get rotation. You know, there's a lot of games over Christmas. With the Manchester City game getting called off, there was no reason today that them players haven't had enough break from the last game that we played to be able to not change that back line. Michael Keane had enough rest.
Yeah, they'd had 6 days. And look, I'm not.
And some of the substitutions as well.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Coleman was not actually, in my opinion, the massive problem out of today. I'm just pointing that out. I would not have destabilised the defence. I wouldn't have changed anything with the defence. They had 6 days off. That was enough time. You know, they probably didn't train on Wednesday. So that meant on Wednesday, they had a day off, fundamentally. They got to sit around in a hotel. You know, they didn't have training. The second half, he makes changes. Carlo makes changes. And we've questioned some of the subs before. And look, Carlo Ancelotti's got us to second in the 4th in the league. So I'm not going to sit here and slag him off. But I don't get it. I don't get the subs today. Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming off. Why?
Calvert-Lewin didn't get the service today. Why didn't Charlton go off?
Exactly. So why bring on James Rodriguez? Why bring on James Rodriguez, who is meant to be that service provider? Why bring him on and take off Calvert-Lewin off and bring on Cenk Tosun? Doesn't make sense. Richarlison stunk the place out today. He was not good enough at all today. In my mind, it looks like his head's elsewhere. Since the Liverpool game, he has not been the same guy. And look, we've seen this in bits and bobs from Richarlison in the past, but he doesn't look happy. He doesn't strike me as happy. And today, he was not good enough. And again, I'm not going to sit here and absolutely massively slag off a team that is currently sitting fourth in the league. I don't know if that can change as a result of this result. So I can't sit there. I'm not going to sit here and absolutely lambaste everyone. But what I don't understand is how Bernard, who again didn't offer loads of stuff, Gylfi Sigurdsson didn't offer loads of stuff. How is Richarlison even worse than them? And there's people here like this comment, for example. It's a one-off shit game. It's not a one-off shit game. We've lost. We've lost 3 home. We've lost 3 home games already. We've lost 3 home games to teams that, in my opinion, we should have beat. We should have beat at the time a poor Manchester United side. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but literally was on the verge of the sack. We should have beaten them.
Probably kept him in a job that way.
Kept him in a job. You know, Leeds at home, we didn't even turn up. We all of a sudden, they're fantastic. Come to Goodison and get a 1-0. We lose to West Ham at home. 1-0. I do not get why Everton, and this, look, irrespective of the team, the issue, in my opinion, is deeper than this. This is mentality. Everton have bottled it today. I can slag off Carlo as much as I want. I can slag off the team as much as I want. I can slag off Richarlison as much as I want.
Everton did.
Everton did. They absolutely Evertoned it, and for no reason at all. It just pissed me off. How?
I think I've said this, Michael. When we play the lesser teams, no disrespect, West Ham have had an all right season, but like Fulham and Burnley, I think Everton just feel like with the confidence that they've had in the squad, with the run that we've been on, getting to second, that they just have to turn up, and boy, it backfired today. Someone put in the comments before about Richarlison thinks he's untouchable. I think that's what he is. He doesn't take a player on anymore, Michael. He doesn't use his pace. He doesn't use his power. He's a fucking sulk. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care if it's Richarlison. For me, he should have been the first one hauled off today, and I will slag him off. We're entitled to our opinion. We're not going to sit here and slag. Yeah, Everton have been on a great run. But when we lose to a West Ham team at Goodison Park, which is our 3rd loss at home this season, drew with Burnley, drew with Fulham, we are going to single players out. For me, our main players who should have turned up today and run the game against West Ham, Gylfi Sigurdsson's been playing well, non-existent. Richarlison hasn't had a good game for about fucking 6 weeks now. Non-existent. Bernard comes in, done nothing. Gomez come on, offered nothing. You know, and then you've got the manager, in my opinion, again, substitutions have to be questioned. We've done that before, Michael, as you quite rightly pointed out before. What's the point in bringing probably our most creative player at the club on in James Rodriguez and taking Dominic Calvert-Lewin off and bringing Tosin on?
It's literally, it's like going to play football and then kicking the ball over the fence 10 minutes later. Yeah. It didn't make sense to me at all. You know, it didn't make sense to me at all. And there's a lot of people that are all saying...
There's a comment here. Gomez played well when he came on. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. It's not the Andre Gomez who Everton signed. You know, a lot of people have pointed out Michael Howard since the leg break. I pointed this out on the watch along. He wasn't playing well before the leg break. He hasn't played well since playing well before the leg break, if you know what I mean. He hasn't. I'm not going to sit here and slag the team off, as you said, Michael. You know, we could have went second tonight. We've had a great run of form. It's the manner of the defeat. It's the manner of the substitutions. And listen, Carlo Ancelotti or not, if he gets substitutions wrong, which he has a few times this season, in my opinion, I'm going to say how it is. I don't get why he brings James on and takes Dominic Calvert-Lewin off.
The biggest one for me is I don't understand why. I don't understand why Keane was taken out of that team.
But why mess with a winning team? I know Iwobi looks like he took a knock in training apparently. But the defence, why mess with the defence, Michael? Why?
I don't get it.
It's looked solid. That defence, since he's played the 4 centre-halves across the back, that defence possibly could have took us to second tonight. And he changed it. And dropping, not dropping, probably rotating, let's lose the word drop, but changing it to bring Seamus Coleman in has massively backfired, in my opinion. Massively backfired. And I never thought I'd say it, and I said it in the watch-along. I never thought, we missed Iwobi. We missed that ball-carrying midfielder tonight.
We've got to talk about West Ham. Obviously, West Ham went to Goodison today, and to be fair, from the outset, they went and pushed to win because they had 2 chances in the first half. One gets flashed across the box. There should be 1-0 up at half time. Nobody makes a run at the back post. Pickford has to make a good save from a free kick. They get a header that they put wide from Funals. They scored a goal. That could have been 4. Now look,
how many saves did their keeper make? How many times did we put their keeper under pressure?
I think he made 2.
1 save from Bernard.
Average saves, yeah. Oh,
which he should be saving.
Towards the end from Coleman.
Comment there, TG Jill, losing to lesser teams. Laugh out loud, you are delusional. Well, for me, West Ham are a lesser team compared to Everton. Yeah, you beat us tonight, but they didn't look no great shapes. Everton made West Ham look good tonight. We were that poor. That's not being delusional. West Ham deserved it.
I think West Ham are a good side. I think the creativity that West Ham have got in the middle of their park is fantastic. The goal scorer today, Souček, he makes them runs. He's very clever with them runs, and he gets a goal off it. But for me today, I felt really, I'm going to say I felt really sorry for Decore and Davies because I'm not saying either of them are brilliant. I'm not saying that by any stretch of anyone's imagination. I'm really not. But what I'm saying is I sort of felt really sorry for them because West Ham had just more energy in the middle of the park. They were prepared to work hard as a team. It was almost like the old David Moyes Everton sides. Every single player played for that West Ham shirt. If you get what I mean. And they did it really well. So I can't sit there and sort of. I've got nothing I can say as a negative towards West Ham's performance.
West Ham deserved the 3 points, Michael.
Exactly. They did. And as I said, and I'll say this again, I'm not going to come on here and absolutely blast a load of players because Everton are not second now. But Everton have bottled it as they bottled the Leeds game, as they bottled the Manchester United game. It is one of those things and we're going to have to move on. Me and John said this was a transition season. So for anyone that thinks we're sitting here digging out fucking players, get your head out your arse. The facts are Everton were not good enough today. And there is many players that were not good enough. And equally, Carlo Ancelotti got it wrong. Do I want him sacked? No. Do I want us to sell the players? No. All I simply want is for Everton to not be bottling things. It's about being motivational. It's about being that mentality to win. Carlo Ancelotti is going to come out after this. He's going to come out on this press conference and he won't be happy with that performance at all because that has not been set up the way that Carlo wanted it to be set up. But equally, Carlo has to say to himself, for what reason am I bringing in Seamus Coleman, who we already know, unfortunately, is not the player he was? Why is he leaving Richarlison off the pitch when he wasn't good enough today, if you get what I mean? Why are we taking off other players? I do not get it. I don't get it. And I don't get why fans can't sit there and just say, yeah.
We weren't good enough today.
We weren't good enough. It's not lambasting anyone. I'm not sitting here saying I want to, sack anyone or anything like that. It does not make sense. That's what I'm saying. It does not make sense. Some of the changes today do not make sense. And yes, there's a comment in there. We miss Alan. We do miss Alan. We do miss Alan massively. We really, really do.
A lot of people in the comments are saying poor substitutions, which is what we've said, and why change a winning back four? Again,
And this
what
one
we've said. That was our downfall.
And this one. What's your problem with Coleman? I haven't got a problem, but he's not good enough. He's not good enough.
If we think players are past their best, we're not going to sit here and blow smoke out their arse because he cost us 60 grand and he's been a fantastic servant for Everton Football Club. What we're saying is he's not the player he was.
Mason Holgate is a better right back than Seamus Coleman. Newsflash. There you go. I've said it.
Yeah.
Anyone else would have a pop?
We're not going to sit here and praise players if they don't deserve to be praised. It's as simple as that. You know, we're sitting here slagging the Charleston off. We were blowing smoke out of his ass 12 months ago because he was fantastic. If they're poor, and we're going to say it. We're not going to give fucking players 10 out of 10 if they've been shit. It's as simple as that. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, reverse it. I was slagging Alex Iwobi up, saying if I see him play for Everton again, I probably won't watch them play football again. Obviously, tongue-in-cheek comment. Now I'm sitting here today saying, I thought I'd never say it, but we missed Alex Iwobi, that ball-carrying midfielder. It's opinions. Opinions change game to game, week to week, player to player. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I think the issue, you know, and it's not just, you know, today Everton lost that game because West Ham wanted it more. People are rightly saying that it was a game where both teams were poor. Both teams was poor, and they really were poor. But West Ham had 4 decent opportunities when Everton had 2 from outside the box and a header go over the bar. So I can't sit there and say that Everton as a front force worked. It didn't. And as a defensive unit, well, we conceded a goal. So again, it didn't. We've lost the game. So all over the pitch, we lost today. That's that.
Juan Colmenares, don't start blaming James. We're not blaming.
I don't think that was to us. I think that's to the comments.
All right, okay.
We haven't even mentioned James. At the end of the day, James hasn't played in 5 games.
No, didn't expect him to come on and become man of the match in 20 minutes.
Exactly, and equally, James is only half a player without a player to give the ball to. And as soon as Ancelotti takes off Dominic Calvert-Lewin and replaces him with Cenk Tosun, you know, you've cut off his foot, you've cut off his other half. You know what Warzone 1 here. One of the last comments: Everton final cross in the box was poor. I do not remember a single time Richarlison got a ball in the box, and equally, to be fair, nor did Bernard. So, you know, what I don't understand is how, you know, we've seen it this season. We saw in the West Ham game, in the Carabao Cup game, we've got a player as a left back on the bench in Niels Nkounkou. Now, for me, look, yes, a lot of people won't agree with what I'm saying, but Niels Nkounkou is strong, quick, pacey, and got a hell of a delivery on him. And we've seen it a lot of times this season. We saw it against the West Ham side. Why not bring someone who is definitely going to beat that man and put the ball into the box? Do not get it. Don't get it. But it's just basics. Everton, this is a transition for Everton. And we're all sitting there predicting that Everton are going to finish between 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. So Everton are nowhere near 2nd. We know that. We all accept that, so it's fine. No biggie. But it's disappointing that we could have gone top. We could have gone 2nd tonight against Leeds. We could have gone top.
That's the frustration, isn't it? Knowing where we could have went tonight. Listen, I'm sitting here now, and I'm going to be honest with the people. When we done our season predictions, I predicted Everton to finish 10th. So if Everton can finish 5th, 6th, or 7th and get into that Europa League place, I'll be over the moon. But when you've got a chance to go 2nd and you put a performance in like that, do you know if we got beat tonight and lost out on going 2nd, and we get beat 1-0 tonight, but we put a performance in. We make the West Ham goalkeeper make saves. We create chances. We put balls into the box. I'd sit here then and go, yeah, well, we were unlucky, but we tried. Didn't even try tonight. We didn't hit West Ham once. And I said this before, West Ham deserved the 3 points, in my opinion. But we move on.
Yeah, exactly. We move on, and we've got, you know, I'm not being funny. We've got some tough games coming up. We've got some tough games coming up. I mean, I'm just looking at the fixtures now, and we've got teams that fundamentally we're playing that are in and around us, and some people may disagree, but we're playing Wolves next week. We've got Villa coming up the week after, both away. And then we go back at home to Leicester. So I'm not being funny. Those are 3 teams that are in and around or where we are aiming for European football.
And we've done well, yeah, but the thing is, no matter, we've done well against them sort of teams this season.
Exactly. But equally, with the way that the season is going, you know, Everton, we've already proven it. We've already seen it. Everton can go from 4th to 10th in 2 weeks. So Everton need to get whatever we had today out of their system, and we need to deliver something against a very tough Wolves side that only just lost away at Manchester United the other night, who turned us over 3-0, 3-1, and beat us 2-0 in the cup. So Everton need to really, really, really look at themselves and say, if Everton want to be finishing in Europe, beating teams that are in and around us, we've got to be winning that game. We've got to be winning that game. And we can do it. You know, we've beaten Leicester away. We've beaten Chelsea. We've beaten Tottenham away. We've got a draw against Liverpool. We've beaten, I mean, you could throw Arsenal in there, but they're certainly not the same side that they was. But you can't sit here and be happy with a performance and shake it off as if it's just a game. It's the mentality. You know, you've got DG, and this guy is just literally, I don't even understand why he's here. I don't understand why he's here, because we're allowed to be upset, and we're not.
This is what pisses me off. This is what pisses me off.
It's like people don't listen. It's like it's like he doesn't listen. I don't even know who he supports. Your squad is piss poor. This squad has been second in the league.
Second tonight.
Yeah, so it's not.
Let us know you support. Let us know you support then, DG. Just let us know you support, and we can have this conversation.
But at the end of the day, Richarlison, not good enough today. Coleman looked rusty. He hasn't played proper football for a long time. You know, he hasn't played 90 minutes consistently in a long time. You know, he's been dropped for Holgate. Ancelotti got it wrong, in my opinion, and yours, John, in dropping Keane. That happens. We move on.
It just seems we're not entitled to a fucking opinion. As I said before, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke at players' arse who haven't performed. Because I tell you something now, if I sat here and said Gylfi was fantastic today, but Richarlison was unlucky, put a shift in, you know, people will be in the comments then going, you know what you're fucking on about, John? So I'm going to say it how it is. Players who we expect to turn up today are big players. Richarlison should be turning up and doing more. Sigurdsson's been okay the last couple of weeks, was non-existent. Gomez come undone, fuck all. Michael Keane didn't even get a game. That was, for me, the manager. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin got hauled off with the substitution that we didn't agree with, because then he brings fucking James on. There was a lot of negatives in today's performance. A lot of negative substitutions, in my opinion. So I'm not going to sit here and praise something that is not worth praising. We move on. We could have went second in the league. We've had a fantastic season up to now. It was an off day. Let's hope it was only an off day. And we come back in next game. Play the same back four that we've been playing with. You know. And we go again.
Just one thing I'm quite interested in finding out, guys, and we are reading the comments, is just we have to, there was a lot that come in. Who was your man of the match today?
DG, all I said was there's 22 games left and the squad was poor today. You didn't say the squad was poor today. You said we've got a piss poor squad. That's what you said.
Yeah, exactly. So, obviously, we've got some videos coming out in terms of transfers, January, and we will talk about them going forward, but not in the match reaction. Who was the man of the match today, guys? Put your comments in. For me, it was Yerry Mina again. I thought Yerry Mina again, the Colombian, he did a great job. He won a lot in the air. But do I think that he probably missed a little bit of Michael Keane, who has been equally as fantastico over the last few weeks? Yeah, I think he did. And don't get me wrong, Holgate didn't have a bad game either, but I think Holgate offers more at right back in terms of defensively. The goal that West Ham score is pinball in the
right
box.
back was nowhere to be seen.
That happens. PAVFC, PAVFC. Would you accept 70
I don't think
million?
anyone will pay 70 million for the Charles at the minute.
At the minute now, I don't think. I don't think they would. But yes, I would. You know, the goal comes over, and look, I'm not expecting Coleman to shoot out of the box in a defensive line. I understand that, but no one gets close to them. And even before that, who tracks the run of Souček? I mentioned this in the comments. I mentioned this on the West Ham videos that we've done over the last couple of days. Souček is a Tim Cahill type player. He makes that run into the box, and he made that run, and literally no fucker followed him. No one. So for me, I'm disappointed with the midfield who didn't pick up their midfielder running into the box, and it's that simple. And I don't know who that was, so I can't sit here and criticise them.
Can I read a comment out from a Colombian and see if you'd agree with it? James leaves a huge gap on the wing, and like that, the team plays with 10 men. If he can't defend, he is basically useless in the Premier League. I like Sigurdsson, by the way. I'm Colombian. Do you agree with that? If he plays on the wing, he leaves a gap?
Well, I've already said that. James is fantastic when Everton need to create something and have got the players who can create. And we're not quite there yet. We're not completely there yet. You know, Richarlison's not had a great game. He's not got the creative players around him, but he doesn't do very much defensively. And as soon as James come on, we all sort of sat there and thought, look at the space in the middle of the park. He played on the right wing. Now, if you'd have put him in a 10 role and left a winger on that side of the pitch, I think we'd have got to that ball quicker tonight. But I can't sit here and say James is to blame for the goal, because I don't think he is. You know, his job is not in this team to defend. His job is to create. And how can he create when you're literally punting the ball to, you know, Cenk Tosun towards the end? He's having to come so deep to do anything that it's not hurting. I just don't, you know, I just don't get it. And I can't sit here and praise it. I won't sit here and praise it. But what I will say is we move on. We've got to fucking move on. Otherwise, there's no point. There's no point Everton Football Club saying we want to finish in Europe and then we bottle chances to finish second. The facts
we can't dwell on
exactly.
This performance. We can't dwell on this game. And this is what we're saying, and this is why I'm getting a lot of shit in the comments. This is exactly what we're saying. We move on. But we're not going to sit here and praise players who don't deserve to be praised.
Yeah. And it may just be that they've had one bad game. I'm not sitting here and criticising anyone saying they were brilliant last week and not brilliant this week. The facts are they may have just had a bad game, but the facts are, if you put on a shirt for Everton, if you put on a shirt for Everton Football Club, the comments, the fans are entitled to make a comment on your performance, whether people like that or not. It's a fact.
What's the point if you can't?
Well, exactly. That's what football's about, and I have no problem with that. But Everton Football Club, at this moment in time, are in a transition period. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I thought, when he was on the pitch, did not offer great amounts. But he was trying to win the ball. It's not
he was not aware. Put it this way, he's done more than Richarlison.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd say that.
And what, in my opinion, has sort of cost us at least the momentum of the game. I'm not saying we would have won, but what has cost us the momentum of this game is fucking about with the back four when there was no need. There was no need. You know, and Everton will compete for Europe. We will beat teams like this. We may go to West Ham and win away, and then all of a sudden this result doesn't actually matter. We've just counted each other out. But the facts are, if Everton want to be finishing top four and in Europe, games against Man United at home, Leeds at home, West Ham at home, we have to be winning. And the facts are we didn't today, whether anyone likes it or not, whether people in the comments think, as a result of that, as a result of this performance, it's a one-off game, etc. You have to beat the team that's in front of you on a weekly basis. And that team could be what? Yeah.
Tom Thompson could have been 1 point behind Liverpool. How much more incentive do you need? And that's the frustration from me and Michael.
That's the mentality. It's the mentality.
Yeah.
And that's what, and it cost us. It cost us against Leeds. It cost us. I mean, even the game against Liverpool at Goodison this season, Everton were top of the league. Everton had every right to go into that full confidence. We rolled over. We just about scraped the 2-2 by last minute.
You know what it is? It's as if they can't grasp it and believe that we could go top of the league or second in the league. It's as if they as you say, Michael, they bottle it, the mentality. It's as if they're like, fucking hell, and they shit themselves. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no point me
Keith Warnock, all the best, lads. Great show as always. We need to keep our heads up. We have done well lately, but some of them players have cost us second place. Fact, I agree.
I tell you what, and to Jaden's comment, I would love to have a game of football against you, mate. Fucking love to. I don't need to sit here and prove where I've played or who I've played for or where I have been, mate. Trust me, I am a better footballer than you will ever be. 100%.
Who does he support? Do you know?
Ralph Bucknose. He's probably a red shite with a Neymar picture. Fucking mug. But the facts are, we've got to move on. We need a new right back. We need another centre midfielder. Them answers may be addressed in January with people like Max Aaron, Sami Khedira. And in my opinion, we need a winger. Because if
I'm not being funny. If we're missing a Wobie as much as we did today,
I think, that scares the shit out of me. The fact that 7 weeks ago, I would have happily sold Iwobi for half what we bought him for. And today, I'm sitting there thinking, we missed him. Do you get what I mean? We missed him. I just why change the defence? That's all I've got to say.
Right, so we're going to leave it there, folks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We've got 260 people watching this live match reaction. It's absolutely phenomenal. I will say again, thanks very much for the donations today. A lot of videos lined up, whether it's with me, Michael, both of us, guests coming on. Subs have been smashing it lately. Happy New Year to you and everybody else. Stay safe, and we will be back soon. Thanks very much, folks.
Yeah, I'm just going to read one comment before we go. From Charles Stevenson, their friend of ours. Happy New Year, boys. The players were pathetic today. A real lack of ambition, confidence, and quality. David Moyes did a job on them, but the players bottled it. That's
totally agree. That's what we said. Yeah. Do you know Carlo Ancelotti's never beat David Moyes? There's another one for you.
Yeah. There's one positive out of this game, John.
What's that?
Yarmolenko didn't score, because I'm telling you now, he always fucking scores.
Yeah. Right, folks, we're going to leave it there. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to you as well, Charles. I did message you. I will speak to you soon, mate. Cheers, folks.
Yeah. See you soon, guys.